Hi, how's it going? I'm Amanda from Amanda Around the Globe, and today I am here to give you guys a life update. The whole pandemic that's going on in the world has affected so many people, and it's a weird time to be doing anything. Like, I feel a bit weird making videos, I feel a bit weird posting on Instagram. I don't really know what to be doing, and I just feel so bad for everyone that's lost their jobs or is in any kind of difficulty. Such a weird situation, and it's so odd. It's caused so much anxiety for so many people. This isn't really what I want to talk about in this video, but I just want to say, if anyone's watching this and you've been affected by the pandemic, I feel for you, and yeah. So in terms of my life, I am still working full-time. My work has just finished their last round of layoffs. So the last 5 weeks we've had layoffs every Friday, which has been very anxiety-inducing and has affected me a lot, to be honest. In the past 5 weeks it's been really difficult and very stressful, and just a lot of worry about money and finances and what would happen if I lost my job and all of that stuff. Luckily I didn't lose my job, and I'm still working full-time, and I will be working full-time for the foreseeable future. My company is now on a very skeleton, very bare minimum staff. If you haven't been watching my videos before, I work for a big travel agency in Australia. It's been a really a tough time. We've gotten a lot of bad media for the company that I work with, and that's made it more difficult, with people getting really angry at the consultants. It's just hard to deal with that, and then anxiety about layoffs and just the anxiety about this entire pandemic. I know everyone's going through a tough time. That's just what I've been dealing with. Luckily, a lot of that anxiety is over now that the layoffs are done, and I know that I still have a job, so I can still be paying my bills, which is very exciting. The downside of that is that we are obviously not making any bookings because no one can really travel right now. So a lot of my income has been lost because of no commission, because we're not making bookings. So though I am really happy to be working full-time, I'm definitely not making as much as I used to, which is kind of rough because I'm still working just as hard. But at the same time, it's totally understandable, and I know so many people in much worse situations, so I'm very grateful to be in the situation that I am in. I've gotten a few questions by people asking me to make a video about the pros and cons about being a travel agent. A few people who've been watching my videos, I guess, are curious about my job and if it's suitable for them. So if that's something that you guys want me to make, just let me know in the comments below. Working in the travel industry is definitely really amazing, but there's also some big downsides, and it's a lot different than I thought it would be. So I'd be happy to make that video. If you guys want to see it, just let me know in the comments below. And next we are going to talk about my visa status. So I am an American, and I live in Sydney, Australia with my partner, who is Australian. We love where we live in Sydney. It's great because it's a new place for both of us. I applied for a partner visa. I think it was in March or May 2018. And I made a few videos on that. So if you guys are interested in a little bit more logistical things, you guys can check out my old videos. Yeah, so the updated status of that is I've submitted everything that I've been requested to submit. The way that it works is kind of like you submit things based on when immigration requests it, because the process is so long that the things you submit have to be up to date. So the last thing I submitted was my Form 80, which explains everywhere that I've lived in the past 10 years, like every address, everywhere that I've worked in the past 10 years, and everywhere that I've traveled in the past 10 years. So that took quite a while to put together. I also submitted a police check from the Australian police force, which just proves that I haven't done anything illegal while I've been in Australia. And then I also had to submit a background check from the United States FBI to show that I haven't done anything like that makes me a bad person in America. And yeah, so Michael had to submit both of those as well because he actually lived in America way before I met him. We both had to submit background checks for basically anywhere that you've lived for longer than a year. So I think that's the last thing that we have to submit. So I just submitted that. I'm just waiting for the US FBI check to come back. And then once I submit that to immigration, they'll just need to approve my visa, and then I will be a temporary resident. Currently I'm on a bridging visa, which means I've applied for a visa and it's being processed. A bridging visa does not allow multiple entries, which means that every time I leave and want to come back to Australia, I have to apply for a different visa to show that I'm coming back, just to get approval to come back. Once I get my temporary partner visa, I will be able to leave and come back. And then once I get permanent residency, which would be about a year after my temporary partner visa comes through, then I will not have any issues leaving and entering the country, and I'll be able to stay here forever, which will be amazing to not have to worry about any visa things anymore. The whole process is very long and very incredibly expensive. Michael and I have split the costs, but altogether we've spent at least probably 13 or 14,000 Australian dollars on this visa, so it's a very long, complicated and expensive process, but hopefully it will all be worth it in the end once I get permanent residency and we can just live our happy little lives not worrying about visa stuff anymore. The last thing I wanted to talk about is my skin cancer journey. A lot of people have asked me and followed up with my Instagram about my skin cancer journey. I got diagnosed with basal cell carcinoma. I had a little bit right here on my forehead in August 2018. I got it removed by a very extensive surgery in January 2019, which cut from here, all the way up across here. I originally got Mohs surgery, which is a type of surgery to remove cancer. It has a 100% cure rate. I don't have cancer anymore. I did get my 6-month checkup recently. I had to get a couple biopsies, which a biopsy just means that the doctor thinks that you could potentially have another little bit of cancer, so that was a bit stressful. But I came back all clear. I have no more basal cell carcinoma. I have a lot of resources on my website about my journey with skin cancer, and a lot of pictures and a lot more explanations about the different types of surgery that I had to get, and follow-ups and healing and all of that stuff. I can show you my scar if anyone wants to see like the updated what it looks like now, because it's been a year since I've gotten it cut out. So I do have makeup across it. There's like a little bump right there, which has just stayed there forever. I don't know what that's from. I think it was a reaction from one of the stitches. Don't really know why that happened, but it did. So I have, I thought my hairline would be a bit weird from that surgery because of the way that it was cut. It's actually not really noticeable at all. No one's ever noticed it. I think that talking about it is the best thing you can do for anyone that's been in that experience. Talking about it is, I know it's difficult, but it's really important, because the more people that know about it and realize that even younger people can get skin cancer, the more you'll raise awareness, and hopefully people will start wearing sunscreen and stop going in the sun as much, and then you can help prevent someone else from getting skin cancer. So that is why I talk about it, even though it's extremely uncomfortable a lot of the time. But now it's much easier. I don't cry when I talk about it anymore, which is real ideal. Yeah, that's the update of my life. Everything's going well. I've gotten a lot of plant babies. My next video will probably be a house tour and a tour of all my plants. I've just become really obsessed with plants. Yeah, that's all I have to talk about today. If you guys have any video suggestions or anything that you guys want to see from me in the future, let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really like watching videos like this. It's kind of weird to make them, but I really like watching them, so I hope you guys like this one. And I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!